So hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bink's Corvair Addiction. Well, on this episode here, video, dealio, I'm going to be doing the rubber weather stripping sealant, not weather stripping, but the sealant for your motor goes all the way around. I've already did the firewall one. I think I did it in a already previous video maybe, because that was already in there, but this video here, I'm putting the rubber in. Well, the rubber's in on the motor. I'm putting the bars in that's going around from underneath on the driver's side, passenger side. And I'm going to be trying to figure out how the little pieces go in the back. This vehicle here, it was missing a lot of, actually it was all missing. There was nothing in the back, but the long strip that goes on the bottom that your rubber goes against, that was there, but your centerpiece, it goes over like your motor mount area, and on the ramp side, how it's supposed to be is one strip that goes across, but because since we got like a 65 motor in, we had to go with a late model style. The cover, it goes flat and goes on an angle, and it's got the bars, the 3-piece bars. There's 2 little in ones with holes, and then your center one, it's got 4 holes, 2, and then it's on an angle, and 2. So that was all new to me to figure out how to do that, because it wasn't on here. I didn't take it off, and I never did it before. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so I have bags and bags of these little clips. I got 2 different sizes, and they only go on, kind of want to put them on one way, because this is going to get bolted up this way in there, and your rubber is right here. So that goes up against there, and that just kind of squishes the rubber and holds it. I had to bang out and knock these things nice and straight and hammer and work on these things. Some of them might have welded a little bit. I think I'm supposed to use the big clips fit on here just, right. And I guess that's the size I should go with. The smaller ones would have moved around a little bit. I don't know, not sure. But that's that. I got the rubber. I cut it all the way. I didn't cut the ends, but I cut it all the way and go back and cut the ends later. So I'll show you. This is the driver's side, and this is the rubber right here. So I trimmed it so it wouldn't be hanging over and folded under. And it's kind of hard for me to show you, but I cut it the best I could. It's pretty good, It's pretty hard to cut in here. I put a new razor blade on and cut it all the way down. And that piece just screws to this. Take it, screws from the other side through the holes. And it just pushes up against this to keep your motor sealed. Kind of a pain in the butt. Especially this side. This side's tight. The other side would be easier. It's closer to the driver's side, the motor. So I got that bar in there that holds the rubber, and you actually put a screw in on this end and that end, and then I guess you'd have to go. I'll have to drop it down and get the other 3, I think, from the other way. And the ones you buy are nice and pointy. They do have different lengths. They're pointy though. And I kept all the original ones, and I screwed them into my little piece of extruded metal with all the holes, and sandblasted them or bead blasted them, and I did poked them into a cardboard box and painted them all. And the deal with the originals is they have like a little length on the end, and it's just flat on the end, so they don't poke you when they go through. Put a screw like this in, and if you're under there working, doing your valves or something, and you get your hand way up there, you're gonna stab yourself. So I'm gonna go with the original ones if I'm doing it right. I'm not for sure, but these were my parts that when I took it apart, I threw them in a bag and cleaned them all and blasted them, and we're gonna use them ones. Well, this side, I'm pretty much at a loss to how you're supposed to get them screws in there. I'll have to lift it up and figure it out, because there should be down here. I do have one hole over here. I have to look to see if there's that's one there. I put the clips on this side already for that one. That was pretty easy. Yep, on there. So we'll lift it up and see. You know, I'm learning. I don't know. I tore this stuff apart and don't remember. Some of this wasn't on there. Some of it was missing pieces. So, and it's been a while. And I've never did it. So we'll figure it out. All right, driver's side. I put one there and then the other end. And yeah, that one up there. As long as I tighten these, you go through the battery box area and you can get that one in there. And then there's two. There's one there and one back there. And those ones there, I use my old original ones, not stabbies. There's one. So, got them in there. All right, I'm having fun doing this. I got that one. I wasn't sure how tight you could tighten those things, you know, if they would, you know, start stripping out or something on those little clips. These little guys, but you tighten them pretty tight, you know. So all right, guys, I'm figuring it out, you know. It's been a long time since I took this apart. I started this in June. I think it's June or July. Maybe I took the motor out and all that. So now it's the end of February already, and figuring it out. So yeah, these parts, that one I just put on under there on that side is so dusty. I gotta wipe it off. It looks terrible under there. This is the bar that goes under the back side here to hold. I don't know. It goes under the backside here. I don't know if there's not rubber or how that works. I'll have to ask Gary. There's supposed to be rubber there too, maybe. This is the one that goes on this side here. That I know. And Jackson's walking around with his bone, his rope. So and then this goes underneath there. And I think there's got to be rubber that goes under there. Oh, that's scary. Because this goes under there. And this goes on there. I think probably how's it go, like that? To hold the rubber? Must got to hold rubber. You know? That way. That way. Some way. Sheesh. I don't know. I have to figure this. What the heck? I don't know. Doesn't seem to match up with the holes. It's too good. I guess, yeah. There you go. Like there. It just, yeah, it leaves a gap in there. So that's got to go in there. These two little pieces here. Sorry, I'm monkeying around here. These two pieces got to go in there. So I just have to call Gary. I guess there's supposed to be rubber across the back. I ain't got nothing in there. I think maybe a piece on each side. Well, we'll figure that out. Now these, I had ordered these kits from Clark's. I think it was like around 70 bucks or something for this here. With these and this. And I actually ordered 2 sets of them because I didn't have any. And because this is a different motor, we had to go with this angled ones versus the flat ones. I ordered a second set because I was putting a 140 in the other one. Who knows what I'm doing now. Anyways, yeah. Don't I sound like a bumbling idiot. But anyways, we're getting her done. Figuring it out. It's good, it's fun. So I'm gonna call it a day and I'll get back at it, I don't know, maybe tomorrow morning. See ya tomorrow morning. Okay, so it's Saturday morning. I am out here getting these tin pieces on around the motor here for the rubber. And it's okay. It's getting be a little bugger. Some of the stuff is a little off. I'll show you here. You can see right there how far it's off. So I'm trying to stick in like an awl and straighten it and kind of push something one way or the other way a little bit because that one's quite far off. So I gotta get that one taken care of. The other ones look pretty good. And yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, so I'll be putting this strip up in there. I already fit it up in there. And I had to tweak it a little bit so it would lay flat. So I said, you just gotta bend them a little bit. And this end here was pointed down, so I just kind of angled it up a little bit so it fits up in there nice and tight. I took my screws and I completely painted them because they're gonna stick up through, and these are the ones like the original ones. So this side's really easy to get to and get her in here. So not a big deal on this one. So here we're just putting these screws in here. And it's very hard for me to even film and show you. It's a very tight area in here, but this side is the one with more room than the other side. So I said, and I'm just getting them in there and I'll snug them up afterwards. So this side's got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. 3 of them poke through you see them through the motor area up on the top. That's why I painted them completely. Right, like it's hard to show you, but it's all bolted in. It's in there, screwed in there with the screws. And I've had it in and out 3 times now, just tweaking it. I might have to take it out again because I don't know what goes over what in the back there as of right now. All right, I'm having kind of fun trying to figure this out because, you know, I can't really, I looked in the book and the book is different because this is 61, but this is set up for like 65, I guess. So I did call Gary. I got my clips on here. I did call Gary to see how this is supposed to go together, you know, how it's supposed to get sandwiched. So anyways, I was putting that strip on there, and I can take this back apart. You know, I probably will have it back apart a couple of times on and off. And just getting that one to hold up there. I'm just gonna kind of piece this together because all this stuff, the only piece that was on here was a piece I just put on here, and this back was bent up, and that piece was just hammered up straight. Didn't have any of this. Well, it didn't even have this, and this one's different because this is got the 3 little pieces. So this was all missing. Everything was missing back on here. So it's not like I can, you know, like I know what I'm doing. So I had to ask Gary, does this go over top of these? And it's hard to explain it over the phone. And he said, yeah, you know, I think I got the right answer. And I think it should go over them too, on there like that. And if it stays there, these are actually slotted, so you could probably actually just leave the screws in there and slide this up on there. And my screws all painted, looking pretty. Trying to do everything real nice. This side's tweaked though. I told him it's tweaked off. I got the awl from the top down, but it's off a 1/4 inch. And Gary's like, just take a vice grip and squeeze it together. And I said, nah, I said, it's tight on the sides, but the top is off a lot. So I'm just putting this here. And then that was my next question is, okay, so I screwed that top bar across in there. And I put this in, and then I get my rubber. He said, just put it all the way across, leave a little extra on each end. And like this, I guess I'll have to, you know, I know that's that long, so I can take that black bar back out, cut it. And then I said, these pieces here, they go from the top or bottom. He goes, they go from the bottom. So the rubber comes through, it goes there, and you just drop it, ding up your paint. No, he goes, oh, don't forget your little clips. Put your little clips on there, and then start from the one side and work your way over. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I don't think I'm gonna put any of the baffled these flappers in here for now because we'll run the motor and run it. And I don't want to put all these covers on underneath over the exhaust logs. I want to be able to see, drive around, see if anything's leaking, be able to visually look at it. Because when you get all that on, you can't see nothing. And then they don't even run any of this stuff on out here in Arizona because it's just, they just want to get the heat out. But I'd prefer to put it all on there and you know, protect it. And maybe just take these, and then instead of using the thermostats to flip them open, I told Gary, I said, just take like a rod and just make it so they're always open, because they don't usually have them closed out here. You know, I don't know. That's just what they, out in Arizona. But it's, you know, it gets cold a little bit in the winter, but rarely. So anyways, that's where I'm at right now. All right, so I got a little creative. I had put some wedges in there to help push this over to hold it and get my clip on and get it, so hopefully that'll work. So I think we got that one figured out. I got my rubber in. This is the back driver's side. I pushed it all the way against that corner. I got her in there, ran, and I just left the extra hangover there. I can cut that off afterwards. So that's my start of that part of it. All right, it's probably easier to show you that from out here. So got this piece in. It's not, I just only got a couple screws holding it because I don't know if I have to take it in and out 10 more times. And I got my rubber in there all the way over and down. And then now I guess I'll have to put the center piece in and then figure out these two little small pieces going each side. Gary says start from one side and just go down to the other side. We're figuring it out. All right, this is how I'm doing it. Gary said start from one side and work your way over. I want to start from the center and go both ways. I don't know if I got these in the right side. But what I did is I got my rubber in here and I took my awl and I punched a hole. And this stuff, because these holes are so big on these things, you know, you can move it around. And, you know, I just tighten it up, and I use kind of like the original ones, the screws I had that don't have the pointy tips on. And these ones here that I put in all up on this piece here, I took the ones that I bought new, and I just knocked the tips off them so they won't be pointy, painted the whole things. So I gotta figure out these ends before I get this thing screwed on here. Figure out if this lines up, how that works and goes together. All right, I think I got it figured out. This piece slides behind it, right here. And then you put your bolt through there, or screw, screw, and a screw at the end. And it holds your rubber. So you just have to poke a little hole through your rubber, and that's a good deal. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then hopefully, I don't have to tear a ring all the way apart to put something else on later. It's the way it always seems. There's always a sequence and a way you put these together, otherwise you're gonna tear stuff apart to get something else in. All right, so I got that side. Well, I didn't tighten up this because I have to get in here with this one. So this was my hard side because my holes were off, and I got it all in. It wasn't too bad. I left the rubber hang off a little extra here. I can cut it, I could round it, I could just leave it. If it starts hanging, cut it later. It could be cut off there and it's sealed anyways. I would suggest when you do this, have your awl ready, you know, your awl, and have your driver bit with a magnetic end to hold your screw. So you hold this piece all together and you get it all lined up right where you want, poke your awl through, then grab your driver with your screw on there so nothing's moving. So your rubbers and everything stays real nice. So that worked out good for me. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna try to show you here. I got my hole lined up there. And I had to like pull the rubber off, look at it to find it, and line up this piece with this piece and the piece with the little, that the screw actually goes through, the little clip. And, you know, so now let's wait that way there. That's somewhere up in there, like there. I try to get the rubber and all this stuff. You know, it's a little juggling act. But like I was saying, if you get your awl through there, and hopefully don't let her move if she stays, and get your screw and try to find your holes, get her through. And there, I'm not tightening it all the way because I gotta move this one around here. So that's that one in there. And this one's still loose, so this will all pull up tight in here, you know. So we'll go on to the next one. All right, as far as the next one, where am I? Right here. Okay, I want to try to make sure my stuff's lined up under there. And I think just a hole right there. So it's actually probably, it's there. It's hard to show you guys all this on camera. You got to be underneath it, digging around, looking. Now I got my rubber back in there where it needs to go. Come on, rubber, get in there. And it's like this one kind of made it pull the rubber out a little bit. So work it in there, get it in there, nice. Yeah, like there. There we go. And something like, I just want to make sure my rubber is all the way, for me, I want to make sure my rubber is all the way under this bar. For the most part. I don't want to catch just the edge. For me, I want my rubber to be at least even with that. Now, where's my hole? I don't know. It should be right there. It's a game, bit of a game. There we go. That should be it right there. And I should have got my screw ready on my driver. But you know, I like making things harder. It's a good day. It's a good day though. I'm having a good day. I don't know, is that it? Where I poked the hole? I have no idea. Probably not. It's somewhere up there. I think it's somewhere up there. I'm not hitting nothing. Or maybe my clip's off a little bit, or I can't see. And I still can't see. I can't find my little flashlight. Oh, my clip is, I think my clip has moved a little bit. Yep, my clip has moved, has slid. So now I want to get my clip slid back in place. There we go. It just slid over a little bit. All right. So good. I'm just kind of showing you the baloney here. There we go. Come on, Rupper, get in there. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got her. I'm not gonna tighten any more than that. I thought I got her. And we got her. There we go. We got her, and the rubber looks pretty good. Nice and smooth. Good. That's the stuff you're gonna have to deal with doing this. Okay, so I took my awl and I poked her through, and I'm going through 2 pieces of rubber because that piece of rubber comes down, and this one I got it overlapping. And I think I got the hole there. I don't know if I do or not. And I did. Okay, good deal. We got that. So we'll go back and tighten all these up. This one should pull up quite a bit, I think, because it looks like it's, yeah. Oh yeah. Good deal. Good deal. So I'll go and tighten all these. That was the first time me doing it. I'll cut this extra rubber off the end here, hanging. I'll take this piece here and push it up because there's a room in there. I'll push that up tight against the rubber and snug up all them down there. And I guess that is done. I'll double check my other screws that I put in yesterday and make sure that's all tight. And we're golden good. First time doing it, first time putting this stuff on the back. And like I said, it was a little more hard for me because this was missing. This was not none of this was here. So that's good deal. All right, let's get this tightened up. Well, I guess that's how you get the rubber in. I hope that helped you a little bit. I gotta drop this down. I gotta go and I'm gonna pull those wood blocks pieces I put in there to help push the tin out. Like I said, Gary said just, you know, he thought there was the gaps like between here, just put a vice grip on it, but the tins were a little tweaked on there, a little bit off. I mean, the easiest thing, which it's hard, you're gonna build a motor and you're gonna have your tins on your motor, and then, you know, you put, you hope you have everything straight and the stuff on here, and things can be off a little bit, but it's not too bad. You know, things, you can kind of fudge them a little bit, and the holes are big enough where to slop in there, you know. So, you know. So I'm gonna drop this down, pull that down off. I'm gonna show you the difference in on the photos of the screws, the ones you get, and I think those would be like the stock ones, originals with the little, I kind of like those. So I think there's like 3 sticking through on this side. I'm gonna see if I got some little rubber plugs to stick on there or something. So let's drop this down and take a look in there. All right, guys, so I took those little wood blocks out. I kind of got 2 of them in there and wedged another one in there to kind of help bring that tin a little bit closer to make that screw hole a little easier to line up. And that worked. It was off quite a bit to start with, but I got it over. I'm happy. I ordered these off of Amazon. I should be a sponsor for Amazon. I just like shopping Amazon. So it's a 143 piece vacuum cap assortment. What's it got? From 1/8 all the way to 3/8. You know, there's nice assortment. I've seen they do have some of these like at Harbor Freight. Not as nice a set, not as many pieces. These are rubbery, and I'm gonna pull the divider out and they're all gonna fall. There we go. And they're rubbery. And I used the smallest one, the 1/8 inch. I just cut about 1/8 of an inch off of it. And I poked them on there just so they wouldn't poke you, whatever. I don't know, doesn't need it now. And I don't know, that's I guess how to put all your, well, I wouldn't say all because I did that up there before, the front one. That one was a little fun to do. You have to take off your vent piece. You have to, you know, that the rubber, well, not the rubber, but you have to take off your vent piece that goes through your firewall to get it up under there. And I see I did forgot to change one of the screws that's not painted. I have them here. I'll take that one out and put a painted one in. So that I did all before, I think maybe in a different video. I think, maybe not, I don't remember. But I got it in all the way around. It's fairly easy if you're you know, bend your pieces of metal. Like when I cleaned this thing up, they were hacked up, bent, tweaked. I had to weld some of them, the strips. And when you kind of don't know how it's supposed to actually work and go together, it just holds the rubber. So I see that one spot up there where it's attached to the passenger side of the firewall. It's up a little bit. Like, you know, I'd have to take the whole piece off and kind of tweak it and bend it down. I'm just going to take a piece of wood and see if I can push it down a little bit closer to the rubber. Would it hurt anything how it is? Nah, probably not. Gary would say don't even worry about it. Other than that, I'll probably take a little bit. Gary's the one that put the rubber on the tins for the motor, and he pop riveted it. I'm going to probably take a little bit of gray paint and touch on those just because, I don't know. I don't like that they're looking aluminum. Ain't that crazy? I hate this blue that's in here around this box, around the lid. I wish I would have spent an extra day and ground all the blue off and primed it and painted it, because I just paint over it now, but you get a nick on it, you're gonna see blue right through it, so I don't want that. So I'd have to cover the motor, clean all that down, wire wheel it off, make a big old mess. So we'll just leave it for now, I guess. Another day's job, we can do it down the road. Anyways, I guess I hope that helped. I hope the video of doing the rubber across the back, that sealant, rubber seal for your motor, I hope that helped. Like I said, there's 2 different kind of screws. The ones I think are just the stock ones, and I kind of tried to use those where anywhere they would poke through in here, and all the other ones I just took the tips and I hit with a flapper and knocked the point off of them. And when I painted them, I just kind of hit the heads of them on a wire wheel just a little bit and just sprayed them. I know Dave from the Cactus Corvair Club says he likes to powder coat his stuff because it's really good. So he's got a powder coat gun and does that. I wonder if you could find, I bet you could find these screws in black, some sort of a black finished screw that would be just like it. So I'm probably looking into that, you know. I'll surf Amazon. I'll have to see exactly what size these two are. And maybe I'll go to a hardware store and match up what's there in the hardware store for the size, the two sizes. And see if I can hit up Amazon to find black finished screws, because I know you can get that stuff. And anyways, I hope this video helped. It was actually fun working on this stuff, because you know, it's going together. It's going together, and not too many problems, major problems. And I'm learning, so I'm feeling pretty confident on doing the next one, which would be, you know, the next FC would be a Greenbrier. And actually, the next vehicle I'll probably do would be the 64. Yeah, the 64 in there for Jill. That one shouldn't take much work to do. But very confident in doing the next one, the custom Greenbrier. I'll talk about that a little later. I probably changed my mind and probably going with a 110 in it instead of putting a 140. I'll talk about that little story and another video of what I'm going to do. And yeah, so put your comments below. Let me know what you think. I hope it helped you. What would have really helped me is just a picture of the back of how the stuff kind of goes together. And I kind of looked in the books a little bit, and I just don't have patience to sit there and page through books and books and books. And I did pull some pictures trying to find back pictures of the back of the motor, but I didn't get anything exactly what I could see anything. So I hope it helped you. Again, put your comments below. You know, I'm just doing these videos to help other Corvair people out there, Corvair guys, lovers, people working on them. It's all new, so I'm not saying I'm doing anything the right way. It's all new to me. This is the first time I've did this. First time I've did this at all. So, and I had a guy over here the other day, and he was looking around, and he's talking to me like I know a lot of stuff. And I says, I just started this in June. I started working in June on Corvairs, and he's looking around, and he's seeing, you know, there's like 18 Corvairs around here, piles of parts, like I've been doing it for 20 years, you know. And he was amazed. And very knowledgeable guy, lives 2 miles from here. Said anytime I need help or just want to talk, come on, you know, he'll come on over and or come see him. And he tried to sell me an early model. I don't think I need another one, but it's 61. Don't have that, I don't think. A decent one, but don't need another one laying around here. Anyways, yeah, I guess that's it. On to, I don't know, what else am I gonna do? On to whatever else is. I gotta get this back, the little door put together underneath this now. And I guess, see you on the next video. And again, like always, thanks for watching. Thanks, Corvair Addiction.